Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where today we're going through the 10 biggest mistakes made by Barcelona in their history. Let's get started. 10. Martin Braithwaite. Barcelona have made some inexcusable errors in the transfer market in the last few years, but one move that summed up their ineptitude was the capture of Martin Braithwaite in February 2020. Come the 12th of January, with Barcelona top of La Liga and through to the Champions League knockouts as group winners, it was confirmed that Suarez would need knee surgery. With Ousmane Dembele sidelined since November, Barcelona had under 3 weeks to sign a replacement. Despite their desperation for forwards, they made the inexplicable decision to offload Spain under-21 wingers Carles Perez and Abel Ruiz to Roma and Braga respectively, and allow new signing Francisco Trincao to remain in Portugal until the summer. After their interest in Rodrigo, Aubameyang and Werner came to nothing, they were forced to take advantage of a La Liga ruling to sign an injury replacement, Leganes' Martin Braithwaite. Barcelona, of course, crumbled towards the back end of the season. The Dane contributed 1 goal in 14 La Liga appearances to date and played just under 38 minutes under Ronald Koeman. A complete waste of £15 million. 9. European Premier League. Forced out of the club by an impending vote of no confidence, Josep Bartomeu was never going to go quietly. In late October 2020, it was widely reported that talks had taken place over the creation of a new £4.6 billion European Premier League backed by the banking giant JP Morgan. This was met with near unilateral condemnation, with the footballing community disgusted by an attempt to rip up the domestic league structure and the Champions League in its current format, to create a perceived division of greedy, money-grabbing clubs with no relegation or promotion. Of course, Josep Bartomeu, on the wrong side of nearly every debate affecting Barcelona since 2014, signed the club up to it with his final act as president in order to, in his words, guarantee the future financial stability of the club. This prompted fierce backlash, not least from La Liga president Javier Tebas, who branded the new competition weak and imaginary, which perfectly illustrated Bartomeu's ignorance about the footballing industry. His decision to step down has drastically changed the landscape at Barcelona, and his parting gift may well do the same throughout the continent. 8. Zlatan for Eto'o. In the summer of 2009, Barcelona were coming off a season in which Eto'o, Henry and Messi had combined for over 100 goals, firing the club to its first treble. Then 28-year-old Samuel Eto'o had 36 goals in 52 games and saw him named as Barcelona's top scorer for the 4th time in 5 years. But Pep Guardiola believed he could upgrade the Cameroonian, saying, "I think it's time to change after all that we have won." A deal was struck with Inter Milan for Ibrahimovic that would see the Swede arrive in exchange for the former Mallorca frontman and €46 million. Just a year younger than Eto'o, this seemed like a pretty bizarre deal. And so it proved. Ibrahimovic started with a bang, 11 goals and 4 assists in his first 15 La Liga games, but netted just 5 in his next 14. Fell out of Guardiola and left on loan to Milan after just 13 months. Eto'o, meanwhile, played 48 games as Inter won the treble, becoming the first player to do so in consecutive seasons with 2 different teams. 7. Destroying the wage bill. Despite only reaching 1 Champions League semi-final in the last 5 seasons, Barcelona's players have been incredibly well rewarded for their mediocrity. The Global Sports Salary Study, published in December 2019, outlined the club as the highest paid sports team on the planet, with an average basic salary per player of €11 million. Player wages stood at a whopping 61% of the club's income prior to the pandemic, a large but not insurmountable figure. But with that income dropping €216 million to €828 million with the loss of matchday revenue, player salaries have become over 80% of the total income. According to Spanish radio station RAC1, the club now runs risk of bankruptcy unless wages are brought under control. With Messi paid €65 million per season before bonuses, Griezmann on €326,000 a week and Coutinho on €200,000 a week, Barcelona face financial oblivion unless their wage structure can be adjusted. Whilst we obviously don't blame the club for not predicting a pandemic, allowing the players' wages to get completely out of control was definitely their mistake. 6. Overpaying for Coutinho. It's worth remembering that prior to his January 2018 transfer to Barcelona, Philippe Coutinho was one of the best players in the Premier League. He backed up 20 league goal contributions in 16-17 with 13 in 14 league games in the first half of the season. For context, his 7.6 shot creating actions per 90 was exactly the same as what PFA Player of the Year Kevin De Bruyne produced last campaign. But despite Coutinho's magnificent performance level at the time of the transfer, there is no doubt that in paying a fee rising to 145 million euros, the third largest in football history. Barcelona overpaid. Yes, they were flush with money 6 months on from selling Neymar, and yes, Coutinho's versatility did make him an attractive option, but the 63-cap Brazilian loves to operate in the same space as Messi, and for that reason alone, it hasn't worked out. Even this season, given a larger role by Ronald Koeman, Coutinho has created just 2 chances in 5 La Liga appearances to date, half that of fullback Serginho Dest. Whilst 3 contributions in 5 league games might look good on paper, he has a long way to go to fully establish himself at the Camp Nou. 5. Selling Luis Figo. In July 2000, after 5 hugely successful years at the Camp Nou, in which he helped Barcelona win 7 trophies, including 2 La Liga titles, as the fulcrum of a side containing Ronaldo and Rivaldo, Figo's €62 million release clause was paid, and he left for arch rivals Real Madrid. At 27 years old, having just contributed 7 goals and 17 league assists, just 4 short of the current record, and been named in the Euros team of the tournament, this was incredibly painful. Figo's decision as captain of Barcelona to leave for Real as the most expensive player of all time then did more to shift the power in Spain and cement Real as the most glamorous club in world football than any other transfer in history. Barcelona may have turned a €60 million profit on the Portuguese legend, but it started a period of mediocrity on the biggest stage of all, with 1 Champions League semi-final in the next 5 years. Figo, meanwhile, contributed 26 league goals as Real Madrid finished 17 points clear of Barcelona the following campaign, and won a further La Liga and Champions League over the next 2. 4. Zubazaretas exit. Unlike Luis Figo, Andoni Zubazarreta is far from a household name. A former goalkeeper, he spent 8 years at the club and won 4 La Liga titles and a Champions League as a crucial component of Johan Cruyff's dream team. After retirement and a spell as director of football at Athletic Bilbao, the 126-cap Spain international was appointed in the same role at Barcelona in July 2010 by Sandro Rosell. The following 5 years saw Barca win 3 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Reys and 1 Champions League, with a further Champions League arriving just 5 months after his departure. Across that period, they averaged 6 more league goals per season and 5 fewer goals conceded per season than in the 5 subsequent campaigns. Despite overseeing the purchases of players like Villa, Fabregas, Sanchez, Neymar and Suarez, they only spent a net £202 million on transfers, compared to £330 million between 2015 and 2020. But after publicly outlining that Barcelona's transfer ban had been nothing to do with him, Zubazarreta was sacked by new President Bartomeu on January the 5th, 2015, the Spanish equivalent of Christmas Eve. Classy as ever, Barcelona have been a mess ever since. 3. La Masia. While Barcelona's academy was once the cream of the crop, admired globally for routinely producing ready-made stars for the first team, it's clear it no longer does what it once did. With regular change in the boardroom and in the dugout, with 6 managers in 8 years, it's become harder and harder for academy graduates to make the step up. Prior to the emergence of Ansu Fati, the last La Masia product to regularly feature in the first team was Sergi Roberto. And for every Carlos Perez and Marc Cucurella sold this summer for a combined £18 million, players such as Thiago, Dani Olmo, Andre Onana and Kubo have slipped through the net. And the situation doesn't seem to be improving. Barcelona spent this summer trying to persuade Eric Garcia to rejoin the club he left 3 years ago, while Xavi Simons, Marc Jurado and Juan Larios have left for PSG, Man United and Man City respectively in the last 18 months. Where once Barcelona could entice Fabregas and Piqué back to Catalonia with the promise of silverware and game time, their relative lack of success on the pitch and muddled thinking off it means many of their youngsters back their chances elsewhere. 2. 13 Ventures saga. PR firm 13 Ventures became the centre of one of the biggest Barcelona scandals of all time in February 2020, when reports in Spain claimed Bartomeu hired the company to protect his image on social media. That would have been embarrassing enough, but it was later reported that they'd also been instructed to sully the name of club legends such as Carlos Puyol, Xavi, Guardiola and Messi. Marca, the publication who put forward the story, believed that over 100 bot accounts had been created on Facebook and Twitter at a cost of €1.1 million. Unsurprisingly, this created further distrust between the squad and the hierarchy at a crucial juncture in the season. But embarrassingly, that wasn't the end of the story. In September 2020, El Mundo claimed that the Spanish police were investigating Bartomeu and the club over possible economic crimes, believing the €1.1 million contract was up to 6 times the market rate. Barcelona hired an audit company, PwC, in an effort to clear their name of any wrongdoing, and they found the club innocent. However, the Spanish police claim they can't be relied upon to give a definitive answer and will continue to investigate. What a complete mess. 1. alienating Messi. With 638 career goals for the club and counting, 406 more than the next best Luis Suarez, Messi has been an integral part to Barcelona's 10 La Liga triumphs in 16 years, 5 more than Real in the same period, not to mention countless other competitions. Even last season, a down year by his own exceptional standards, the 140 capped Argentine still contributed to 46 league goals, the best record in Europe, and 53% of all of the Blaugrana's total. For context, Karim Benzema in his joint most successful goal-scoring season in La Liga contributed 41% of Real's. We all know what happened this summer though. Fed up with the club's consistent calamities and on-the-pitch decline, Messi handed in a transfer request. At 33 years old on a reported £65 million a year wages in the middle of a global pandemic, many people thought this might be a good time to accept a bid when Man City became heavily interested. Instead, Bartomeu reneged on an agreement to let him go for free and Messi was forced to stay. Whilst Bartomeu's departure may lead to Messi signing a new contract, few would actually bet on it, with Barcelona already 9 points behind leaders Real Sociedad at this early stage. If he leaves for free next summer, their perilous economic situation will surely only get worse. So that was our list of the biggest Barcelona mistakes of all time. Have we missed any out? How about Antoine Griezmann? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you later.